In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do the diamond stitch. I live in South Carolina where pine trees just seem to be seeded in the ground, and so our yard is covered with pine needles. I collect them, wash them, dry them, and I dye them different colors to make pine needle baskets. I like the diamond stitch because it does not break the needles. It basically hugs the coil all the way around the pine needles, so it's a sturdy stitch. The stitch looks the same on both the inside and outside of the basket. I finished my straight stitch or spiral stitch, whatever you want to call it. I have done 4 rows of it and I'm at my starting point, which is right here. I am transitioning from the straight stitch or the spiral stitch, so I make my first row of stitches as if it were a continuation of the same angle of the previous coil. To make a diamond stitch, we start by making an angled stitch, working our way around the coil. The thread goes all the way around the coil and connects with a stitch underneath the coil. We work all the way around the basket until we come back to the beginning where our first stitch was made. The thread that I am using is artificial sinew. You could buy it in many different colors. I purchased mine through Amazon. Artificial sinew is very strong and it's my favorite type of thread to use in baskets. I am working in a counterclockwise direction. When we reach the beginning, where our first stitch was made, we reverse direction. You can see here that I have come back to where we started. See the X's on the left? I have already done several rows because it is more clear for you to see the start and end of the stitches. Now I work in a clockwise direction. Sometimes it takes a little work to slip the needle under the sinew. I have already done several rows because it is more clear for you to see the start and end of the stitches. I'm almost done this row. You can see the X's on the left. When I reach this point, I will reverse directions to complete the X's. This is where we form an X at the top of the coil. We continue in this manner until we have formed all the X's, and then we change back to the counterclockwise direction, doing the angled stitches. It takes 2 completed rows to form the diamond shape. The stitches are joined between the coils where the 2 stitches cross, forming an X on top of the coil. We join each coil by slipping our needles just under the 2 crossing stitches where the X was formed. A basket can be done entirely in a diamond pattern, and they look really cool. I chose to do a combination of stitches in this basket because I wanted to create a star in the center of my basket. I kept my sides straight up with this basket, but you could have angled or sloped sides if you choose with the diamond stitch. It's your option. For me, each basket kind of dictates what it wants. I just start with a general idea and a color concept and work it a certain way until the basket kind of shows me what should be next. This is the reason I love pine needle basketry. I don't know exactly what the end result will be until it is finished. This is a free-flowing form of art. Every basket is its own journey. There is no pattern to follow. I think I'd like to try a basket with only the diamond stitch and perhaps give it a bowl shape. We shall see. I already have a different and special center planned for the next basket and a color combination that I think will be fun. You can decide how many rows you want to make. I kind of let the basket tell me how much is enough. I'm now starting a new row. I just let the basket take me on its journey, and it's fun to watch it develop. Well, I finished my little pine needle basket. I had started with a star, then I did a checkerboard pattern, then I did straight stitch, which can also be called a spiral stitch, and then I opted to do the diamond stitch and finished it off with a wrapped row. Turned out to be a fairly sturdy basket. The sides are very firm. The bottom is very solid and strong. The weakest stitch on here are the spiral stitches, and that's where I did the curve. The sides come straight up, so it's a nice little basket. I'm pretty pleased with it. I did put buttons on it as a garnishment, just to kind of hide the unevenness of where the two sides come, where the ends come together. I tried to make it look as smooth as possible, but I wasn't really happy with it, so I decided to put a button embellishment on it so that it looks purposeful. Besides that, I am pretty happy with the basket. I think it's a handsome basket. Now I gotta start on the next one that I've been planning. Thank you for watching.